We're going to hire 2 virtual assistants that will work on the back end. So all the stuff you're doing with the spreadsheet here, we have somebody listening to your messages on a daily basis, and they'll load the information into your spreadsheet for you. Okay? So what happens is we use our dialer, so you don't have to use your dialer anymore. You have to keep your 800 link account, because what happens is when we send out the voice broadcast message, when the prospect responds and wants a callback, that goes into our 800 link account. We have a co-op portion, something you don't have in your 800 link account. And then the messages go into a quarantine. And the quarantine can be automated, but we're doing it manually, where we listen to every single message that goes in the quarantine. If it's a deliverable message, we deliver it. And what I mean by that is, let's say you're one of the 10 people that starts this. Yeah. You're next in line. You're supposed to get the next message that comes in. Let's say the next 7 messages in a row are different people saying, screw you, take me off your list. Okay? Well, we put those on the do not call list, but you're still first in line because that's not a deliverable message. So as soon as there's a message that should be forwarded to you, we hit a button, it gets forwarded to you. If you work with the virtual assistant, we have a separate virtual assistant that will listen to that message. They'll put the first name, last name, how they came into the system, the whole bit, what you do on your spreadsheet. And all you have to do is share your spreadsheet with the virtual assistant. They'll put the information on, and then each day you're looking to see who you need to call. And then if you look back on your screen, what will happen is while you're putting the information, like here, I'll fill in this spot here. So it'll say Joe Blow, who called from, let's say, Eastern time. They called from New York. They'll put in the cell, office, or home number, and we have a software system. We know if it's a cell number or not. So if it's a cell number, we'll put it in there. We'll say if they listen to the sizzle, or maybe they listen to the 24-minute message, which I'll explain in a second. And they'll say if they were green or yellow, and how did it originate? Was it a press 1? Was it a follow-up? Was it a caller ID? Okay, they'll put the date. They'll put that it's active. Okay, so like if on Monday is the 27th, so put that in there. And they'll mark this as a 0 because all of ours will be a 0. So if you sort any of this stuff, you can keep all these at the top. And then you're going to call this person. And when you call Joe Blow, you're going to say, okay, you know, blah, 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 blah. You saw the 24-minute message. I'm going to go ahead and text you the website. And then you're going to let us know, okay, you finished that. You're going to let us know to put them into ToolsRock for you. So we'll load them into ToolsRock. And at the end of the day or the next morning, you should see that we come back through and we mark it as done because we finished. Or if this person came through to your landing page at some point, say that they actually went through this, we're going to come over here. We're going to mark this as done because we've now switched them into the follow-up series. And the virtual assistant will receive the email from ToolsRock and we'll forward it to you to let you know. You'll see we already updated this. We'll come over here. We'll also update it that it says viewed website. Now you can call and follow up with them. So you have an admin assistant.
Very cool.
We're charging $300 for a 4-week period for admin assistant. The way it works is if you enter the co-op system with us, so right now if you're still running your 800 link system where people are being transferred in or caller ID'd in and they're listening to the 4-minute sizzle and then they're leaving you a message. Okay, that's the basic way of doing it. If you run it like we do, we have a press 0 and a press 4, which you've heard me say on the training calls before. And on in the training, I explained that it's the same process. They come in, they listen to the 4-minute sizzle, but then they have 2 options. Press 0 to leave a message, or press 4 to go ahead and listen to the 24-minute message.
Right.
So by doing it this way, you speak to less people. So we don't like when people first start to use this system because we want you to get used to being on the phone, talking to people, directing them to the 24-minute message. As you get more experience and hopefully more money, you decide, you know what, I want to talk to less people, have the automation work for me more, and I'm going to run more dials. Okay? So that's what you're supposed to be growing into. So in our system, if you want to buy a share of each of those, okay, You probably know, you've been running your dialer for a while, right? So you know
Right.
how much it costs you for leads?
Well, it depends. Yeah.
So it costs you probably $0.015 or more, right?
Right.
Okay. And to run the dialer, it costs you about $0.015 a minute or more, right?
Right.
Okay. So you're spending about 3 cents. So right now we ask you to run, in your best interest, 20,000 dials a day, 3 days a week, right? So you've heard me say that before, 60,000 dials in a week. So in a 4-week period, and I say 4 week instead of a month because it's really, there's 13 sets of 4 weeks in a year, right? There's not 12. In a 4-week period, you should be running 240,000 dials.
Okay.
So what we've done is we figure that this gives a business a jump start and you should continue doing it. We put together a package where you get 480,000 dials. Okay. So it's double. We run it 30,000 a day, 4 days a week. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday for 4 weeks. So it's 16 days, 30,000 dials, and you get the press zeros and you get the press fours. You don't get any of the do not calls. We take care of all the DNCs, loading it back into the system. We also, you've heard us talk about doing the redials at the end of every day and the ringless voicemail. That's included in the package. We do that every day, every week, and every month. And you participate in all of that. Okay?
Okay.
The cost for that, we've made it a penny for each dial that we do for you. So it's $4,800 for a 4-week period, and that's 480,000 dials. So you're saving about 60% by being part of the co-op. That's also including the virtual assistant. So if you didn't want the virtual assistant, it's $4,500. So it's less than a penny a dial. Plus you get all those redials. So that goes through the roof on saving money. The virtual assistant breaks down to $75 a week. And the way we do this is on the Monday through Thursday, we run the dialer from 9:30 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon in each time zone. Okay. 4 continental U.S. time zones. And the virtual assistants are available from 6:30 in the morning Pacific time till 5:30 in the afternoon Pacific time. One has an East Coast shift, one has a West Coast shift. So they're there for 11 hours a day, 4 days a week. So it's 44 hours. So it's $75 for 44 hours. And you have actually multiple people. The second package that we have, we're doing 15,000 dials a day. So it's the 240,000 that we recommend people do in a week. But instead of just 3 days a week, we stretched it out over 4 days. So instead of 20,000 dials a day for 3 days, we're doing 15,000 a day for 4 days. So it's 240,000 dials, and it's $3,000 for a 4-week period. The virtual assistant, if you add that on, it's $3,300. We designed it based on the $3,000 package being one share. If you want to purchase the second share, it should be $6,000 because you're purchasing 2 shares. I'm cutting it in half, so it's $4,500. I want people to do these dials, get ramped up, get people in your pipeline. And I feel that watching sales reps, as they start to approach 900,000 dials, is when I saw that they've gone from not closing anybody to all of a sudden 1, 2, 3, up to 7 people. Each day, for instance, we have 10 members and we're doing 30,000 dials each. We run 300,000 dials a day. And at the end of each 4-week period, we give you a report that shows exactly what was delivered, the phone numbers, everything that was delivered to you, and it should match up with your spreadsheet as well.
And I need to know the levels and whether I can pay with a credit card or you have to.
What we do is we send a PayPal invoice. The invoice comes to you, and you just pay it with your credit card. I am going to put down all the dates, and I'll put together an email for you. I will send you the email. It will give an outline, basically, of what we just talked about, what you're getting for $4,800. Then I will send you an invoice for the $4,800. It'll have 2 items on it. It'll have the dials, and it'll have the virtual assistant. What we need to do is I want you and I to get back on the phone prior to August 15th. What I would need is your information from your 800 Link account, your Tools Rock account. The spreadsheet that we have right now, the one that I have up on my screen, that's the one I'm going to share with our virtual assistants because you're already sharing it with me. So I'm going to hang on to this one so that I have it. And then if you want to just send me an email, I need your 800 link ID and password, and I need the same thing for ToolsRock. And what we'll do is, and I can do this with you if you want, we're going to add an extra extension in your 800 link so that we can send the messages there. We're going to change the notifications so that we receive the emails from both 800 link and from ToolsRock. For ToolsRock, it'll be on all the people that come in through your capture page. On 800 link, the only notification we'll get is in the co-op part. Everything else you can still run yourself. If you want to run your own dialer still, all the messages, you can still do everything on your own. So let's set up a time, get me that information, and we're not going to make those changes until just prior to August 15th. All right?
Very good.
Cool. All right. I'll talk to you later, Travis. Nice talking
Thank
to you.
Jack.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.